Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sim's YouTube channel, and welcome to episode number 29 of Lone Oak Farm. And we are harvesting today. Yes, sirree. The day has come where we get the opportunity to get at least our cotton off the fields and also soybeans. And we have started both, working at both of them with about as much gusto as we can muster at this particular point in time. We have harvesters. Well, let me just back up and say that we do have our second harvester here. We've got our Kloss. It is at the yard, and basically Jack is giving it sort of a once over and everything. It has just come from the shop, and everything is tickety-boo with it. But we also just want to make sure that everything is good. So we're just greasing our all up and making sure everything is good to go. This thing is filling up with cotton a lot quicker than I thought it was going to. So that is going to be a good. We're almost at 50% capacity on this, and we've just made just one. Not even, I don't even think halfway. We're about halfway up the length of this field. Excuse me. And we're just about 60%. So that is pretty good. So here's kind of what we're going to be doing for this episode. Is we have started, as I said, we're harvesting some cotton here right now. We're going to turn this over to a hired worker here momentarily and let them harvest this cotton field, just because it's going to be a fairly slow process in getting this thing done with this small of a piece of equipment, but that's okay. I think that we're going to have lots and lots of money coming in from the sale of the cotton bales. At least that's what I hope. And we've got Billy Bob running our John Deere combine, the combine that we own. He is down in the field just in front of us running that, and we're going to go and we're going to empty him. And we've got a temporary worker, a hired worker that we have from another farm that is driving our semi. Now, one of the things that we have been concerned about is just simply, tell you what, we'll go on up to the end of this field until this thing fills up, and then we'll watch its action as it empties. And here comes Billy Bob along the side there. We're at 95%. Just keep on going here. As I've said before, this is all brand new to me, the cotton harvest thing. So we're going to see how this works. Let's see, unload finished bell. So it's continuing to go. Let's see if we can unload the finished bell. We'll watch it go here, and then we'll turn this guy loose. So there is our first bell of cotton that we have produced on Lone Oak Farm, and she's a beauty. And let's hope that it brings us lots and lots of money. All right, we'll get rid of that, and let's go ahead and set drive course. And this guy here will go off and do its thing, and hopefully these bells won't get in the way of what it's doing. All right, so we're just going to hop out here and let them go. Beautiful machine. Tell you what, let's go up here. We don't need this. We'll go up here and we'll get a screenshot. There's our hired worker over there in our semi. I need to run backwards here so I can there we go. All right, so we're going to head back here. What we're going to do is we're going to get in the auger wagon, and we're going to run the auger wagon for just a moment. Well, maybe for the rest of this episode. We'll see. Hopefully this will be trouble-free from a courseplay perspective. Now, we're at 67% on the soybeans, so we need to get over to him fairly quick, but I think he's going to be just fine. We'll catch up to him just fine. So hope everyone is having a wonderful day, and hope you all are having a wonderful holiday season as well. Now, I'm not 100% sure when you're going to see this video. I'm recording this video early on Sunday morning. What would that make this? That would make this the 29th, I believe. So episode 29 on the 29th of December. Is that what I'm doing here? Yeah. Did not intend for that to come out that way. That was just how that ended up. So there you go. But I'm not sure if you're going to see this video on New Year's Day, which would be Wednesday. That is my normal day for releasing. Oops, he is going to stop, isn't he? Okay, where are you going? Where are you going, Billy Bob? Okay, Billy Bob, I do not know why you did that maneuver. But let's see. Let's go back here. Oh, you're going off again, aren't you? All right. See, this is the wonders of courseplay. Anyway, what I was saying was this. Maybe he'll just keep on going. We can get up here to him quick enough. No, he's going to stop. He's going to do this awkward, stupid maneuver. Let's go and see what we can do about Billy Bob. What is there to do about a guy like Billy Bob? If anyone knows how to turn this feature off, and the feature I'm talking about is the feature of just stop, is this feature of him backing up and doing this maneuver out of the crop. Now, I sort of get that it's cool if his pipe was actually in the crop, but his pipe is not in the crop. His pipe is clearly on the clean side of the field. So if anyone knows how to turn that feature off, that would be just fantastic, because I'll tell you, that is part of, I think, that is part of the problem that we have with Courseplay as it interacts with tractors and tippers on the field when you're trying to do basically almost an automated harvest. When you've got Courseplay running the harvester, and you've got Courseplay running the tractor and tipper. I think that is part of the problem. But let's just see what we can do here. So let's back this guy up. He doesn't need to pipe out anymore. And we'll bring him up here, and we're going to start the course at the next closest waypoint. But let me just quickly look through the menu. See, I don't see, this is for the tractor tipper guy. Headland, reverse maneuver, stop during unloading, activated. So let me turn that off and see if that makes a difference. What I'm looking for is if there's a way to basically deactivate that maneuver that I'm talking about. And I don't even know if I'm calling it the right thing, but anyway, you sort of know. I think you know what I'm talking about. Many of you have experienced this this sort of thing as well. It's driving you crazy as well. So we'll see if just stopping him or turning that feature off to stop while unloading will make him a little bit easier to get along with there. So anyway, as I was saying, we've got a hired worker from another farm driving our tractor tipper over there. Now, we're going to see how this all goes as far as resources, because if we feel that we need to bring on another tractor tipper or another tractor trailer operator, then we will do that. We will have the second combine out here just as soon as Jack gets it all set up and makes sure everything is ready to go. We only have that for a limited number of hours as well. So and it basically the hours don't count until we actually start running it. So we're kind of looking to see how we do today with our one combine. And if weather permits, and as I always say, the good Lord willing and the creek don't rise, there might be an opportunity where we don't necessarily need to bring that combine out until we start harvesting corn. Um, and if that is the case, then obviously that is going to be the case, and we'll just go with that. Um, but it will see some action. It's a thing of beauty, I tell you. It is a thing of beauty, and I'll show that to you possibly next episode. But it is setting in our shop, and we actually locked the doors and everything down last night because the dealer delivered it yesterday, and we're just so impressed. Normally we don't worry about closing the shop doors down and everything unless we feel that weather is going to cause a problem with rain or stuff like that. And, you know, everything around here is so, people are so trustworthy and such, but having a piece of equipment that is worth that much money, and in our shop, and it not completely fully belonging to us, we just wanted to make sure that we were doing the right thing by keeping it all locked down. So that's what we did. So Billy Bob's about to turn up here and start his second pass around the field. He's going to do 2 headland passes, and then basically do up and downs at that point. And so, as I said, we hope that we can. This is our largest soybean field that we have to harvest. Well, really, period. But it is the largest one that we have to harvest that is available and ready today to basically harvest. So if we let's see now, he should. So it looks like that is the stopping maneuver, which if he's on the if his pipe is on the clean side of the field, or in other words the non-crop side of the field, I would expect, if I had that feature turned on to basically stop while he's unloading, I would assume that he would just stop right where he was instead of doing that reversing maneuver. Clearly, if the situation is different from that, meaning that he was on, his pipe would be on the crop side of the field, then I could see where that would be a feature for him to move out of the crop, so we can get in, because of the simple fact with crop destruction, we certainly would not want to ruin the crop. Now it looks like he got confused up here, which I did not know about. It's Billy Bob's easy to get confused. That's something, as you get to know him a little bit longer, you'll notice that is not a difficult thing to do, to get him confused. But it looks like he got a bit confused when the tipper, tractor tipper, pulled up at his waiting point there. But let's go. Let's just drive. Let's drive on past him. He's got plenty of capacity there. We can drive on down here, take a look at things, take a look at our cotton production down here. And so we've already decided that if, let's see what he's doing, 66 and 78. So I wonder how many cotton bales he's dropped. There's the one that we dropped before we handed over controls. And like I said, hopefully these things will not get in the way. If they do, then we'll just have to, if they do, we'll just can't hit our low note. If they do, then we'll just have to start picking those guys up and getting them staged someplace. We've decided that we're going to stage them here on this field. This was our grass meadow that we plowed under. And boy, let me tell you what, I have gotten grief from the wife over this. She wants us to do what is in our best interest as far as the farm is concerned, because obviously, you know, everything that we do, all the ability of our harvest, the productivity of our harvest and everything is all, you know, part and parcel to our success of surviving and everything. So she's all okay with that. But the one thing that she said, and um, we have had um, we've had that hay, that grass field for quite some time, for a number of years. And what it has done is it has kind of helped to keep the, so he's got one there that he's about to drop. Okay. What it has done is it's basically helped to keep the dust down from the house, and as well as the backyard. And you know, she wants to hang some clothes out and such as that. She has that ability. So she's been fussing just a little bit, but I told her, I said, you know, just hang in there a little bit longer, and we'll get something on that field growing. And but right now she is fully supportive of helping us out. She is responsible for helping to coordinate the food, the meals, and getting the coffee out here to us, because it's probably going to be a rather long next couple of days. Of course, we've got our taco truck down there. That guy, he's committed to being open every day that we're going to be out here harvesting, and will keep us going with breakfast tacos and whatever else we want. But as much as we love breakfast tacos and tamales and such as that, sometimes we do get a bit tired of that type of food, and we want just something else. But there's some establishments downtown. There's a barbecue place that we quite enjoy. There's some other home style cooking type establishments down there as well that that we will get from. And my wife coordinates all that and gets that out here for us. Corn will be ready in the next couple of days as well. I have a feeling that we're probably going to be doing soybean harvest until we get this field completed. Let's just bring up our map of our fields here so we can talk a little bit more intelligently. I think what we're going to do is we're going to be in soybean mode until we get 50, 54, and 53 harvested, and possibly 38 over here. We'll probably break what we're doing at some point. Might try to get 38 before we start doing 53 and 54. And you remember, the soybeans on this field are all going to the gentleman that lives here, or the proceeds of that are going to him minus costs and everything. And also, he's buying our cotton. He's already negotiated some good pricing and everything that we've agreed to. But we think, obviously, these three soybean fields are ready to go. These over here, 51, 40, 32, 31, 28, 29, these are going to be a little while longer. So what we'll probably do is get these three fields plus this one over here harvested with soybeans, and then we'll start on our corn. And then once we get corn done, then we will switch back to soybeans, or we might, if we still feel the stress and everything that we need to, you know, keep both harvesters running, then we might split one harvester doing soybeans and one doing corn. We'll just kind of see how that goes. But like I said, we only have a certain number of hours on that harvester, and so we need to make sure that we stay under that. The folks at the dealership were kind enough to get us that model out here, and it looks fantastic. We absolutely do love it, and we think it's going to really help us with our harvesting. And we might even decide to keep it if we have a good harvest. And we're going to see if cotton proves to be as king as we hope it will be, as well as soybeans, then we're going to have a little bit of leverage that we can do some enhancements and such to our farm, to our operation, that will obviously come into play on the second year here on this map. So let's go ahead and empty him. Before he makes his turn up here. I'm hoping, and I think he can. I think he can do a trip down, and then I believe he can do a trip back when he starts doing his up and downs, and not have any problems. So what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to go ahead and dump what we have here while we're waiting on him to come on down, and then we'll catch him before he gets to the end of the field, and that way we know for sure that he can get back up to the top end of that field, get turned around and everything before he gets on the other side of it. Now, what will happen if we do need to bring out another tractor tipper driver or tractor trailer driver? Then what we'll do is, you know, a lot of these guys own their own equipment. Well, he's coming down. He's going to start down there, so that's fine. A lot of these guys own their own equipment, and so we'll let's go ahead and back up. Put the rest in here. A lot of these guys own their own equipment, and if that's the case, then we'll just be obviously paying for time and everything. And if we need to lease trailers or whatever, we can do that for a short temporary period of time. So hopefully Billy Bob will make a turn there and come back down this other direction. That's what we hope anyways, and it looks like he is. It's doing well. Doing well. We're also going to try as best as we possibly can to keep either myself, Billy Bob, or Jack driving the equipment that we own. We feel that that is that's the best plan. That way, if anything happens, somebody gets something stuck, drives it off into a ravine or something. Not that we have a whole lot of ravines around here, but if that should happen, then the responsibility and everything obviously is on us. It's our equipment. It's, you know, it's not going to be fun, but hey, you know, Billy Bob or Jack are capable of also driving something off into a ravine as well as I am. But at least we won't have, at least it'll be their throats that I choke, and not someone that isn't around here every single day, that's kind of part of our family. I mean, we treat Billy Bob and Jack like family. Yeah, sometimes it's that family member that you want to just squeeze the ever-living life out of them, but hey, it is what it is. Now we're gonna obviously cart all of our soybeans to the farm, to our main farm. At least we're gonna cart as much as we can fit into our silos. The soybeans are not as dry as we would like them to be. They're certainly not as dry as what our buyer wants them to be. So we would rather dry them ourselves and get maximum profit and everything out of that versus selling it to them and having them do it. Now we're going to be selling to these two facilities over here, I believe. We'll just see. There's a third one in town, and we'll just see how things go. In all reality, these guys are all kind of interconnected in a way, meaning that we're not going to see that much of a price difference between one to the other. but we'll just see how that all folds once we get to a point to where that, you know, we either need to start moving them out. In other words, if we have, you know, if we harvest more than what we have capacity for, or the demand is reaches a point to where that we need to start selling. As you all know, if you've been paying attention to the news in recent days, recent weeks, you know that we have struck a major deal with China um, on them buying our soybeans, and so what we're basically selling, or what we're harvesting right now, the majority of this is going to be part of that deal with China. So there is a little bit of a time um, issue with it all, because obviously this stuff has to move from this local area, either, you know, well, most likely west to a port out on the west coast, to be loaded into huge ships and moved to China. But obviously, you know, they're not going to try to do this tomorrow or next week, next month. We've got time. We've got time to get our harvests in, but you know, we're probably not going to set on a lot of soybean. In other words, we're not going to carry a lot of soybeans into our into the new year, into the new season. Most of the soybeans will be sold um, in the next few weeks. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, 26 minutes into this video, and things are moving kind of slow for right now, at least for this video. And as I was saying before, I'm not sure when you're going to actually watch this video, because I'm not sure if this is going to release on New Year's Day or if I'm going to wait and release this on Friday. I have some things that are going on that I will tell you about, that I will share with you. I've got a new project that I am about 99.9% certain that I'm going to kick off. It's going to be quite fun, I believe, and quite interesting as well. And so if that happens, but in any event, I have just really enjoyed my time off from work, and I have spent time with my wife, relaxing. We've been watching movies. I haven't had as much of a chance to record, to play farm sim and such. And of course, what matters most is, of course, that time that you spend with your family and such as that. And that's what I have concentrated on, being the most that I do during this break. So I might decide to just hold this video and let this fly on Friday, which would be, I believe, the 3rd of January, and then try to get back on schedule with 3 videos or so each week for you all to watch, and that would be Lone Oak, and then the other project, if that still is on the table. So anyway, thank you again for watching. I do really appreciate it. I think what I'm going to need to do now is probably go over and maybe move some cotton bells. We'll have to see how that plays. It looks like he's doing a diagonal pattern across the field there. He knows what's best. He's the guy that we hired for that. Now that's one exception, because we do have a hired guy working our cotton harvester, but he is a cotton guru here in the area, so he's doing well. Anyway, thank you again for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you all again at some point very, very soon. Happy New Year to all of you, and we'll see you down the road. Bye-bye for now.